Hello. So it might look like beautiful blue skies here in the northeast at the moment, and it is for now. It wasn't this morning, and it's not going to be in an hour or so. But it's still there's a northeasterly wind, and it's absolutely freezing cold. I'm looking there because he spotted something. He's going to start barking his head off again in a minute. So Temu, as part of the all that I got from Temu, I think I mentioned it the other day in the OX tarp video. Was this, which is one of those fire pits that you put together that stands off the ground. I'll just open the door for him. Go on, get in then. Right. Sorry about that. He's back in now. Yeah, so it stands off the ground. Now I think I paid with because the suckered me in, didn't they, with the coupon codes and everything. About £5 something for this. So I've already had it out and had a quick look at it. But I thought I'd just share it with you because I'm going to have a little fire to warm myself up with. So I'll just drop that down. So it comes in its own little storage bag. It probably looks huge on this camera, but it isn't. There's my hand holding it there, if you can see that. So yes, and then all the components are in here. So basically, what you get, if you've never seen one of these before, I'll just pull it out. This is where it gets tricky now, because everything will fall out. But it comes with, hey, I didn't tell you, it comes with a metal frame. Trying to hold too many things in my hands. So it comes with it, this is the metal frame, and all the little pipes that you click together are stored inside the square bar. I'll just take these ones out, stand back a bit. So obviously the bits with the rubber on, if you can see that there, those are obviously the bottom ones. So you just take them out like that. Then these ones are screwed onto this square bar. So this is the quiz for me, because you know how useless I am, is getting them to be at the right angles. So I think, have I done this right or wrong? I'll sort it out. I'm going to get these poles in it anyway. So I'll put one there, one there, one in that. See, these are stiffer. This is how the OEX one should be, the tarp pole. They kept falling out all the time. On that OEX tarp, I wasn't saying, by the way, that it itself was garbage or anything. The quality is good. We've got no complaints there. I just think it's overpriced, and I was a bit disappointed in it. And obviously, I hadn't done the best job, had I, of fitting it together. So I'm going to do another little video where I'm going to take the OEX Bobcat out with me and put it over the Bobcat. I know it's a standalone tarp, and some people have absolutely no problems with it. A chap in the comments, constructive comment, said he's got it, he's happy with it, and that was the worst attempt he's ever seen. And putting the tarp up much like this, and I agree with him, so I got no bother there. I want to say thanks and welcome to all the new subscribers. While I'm struggling to try and figure this out. Yeah, so thanks for subscribing. I've had quite a few lately, so brilliant. Thanks ever so much. It's really appreciated it by me. It's really appreciated it. But yeah, and I don't mind comments. Obviously criticise as long as it's constructive. I've had to take a few comments off purely because they didn't really have much to do with the tarp. They were just calling me a fatty and things like that, and lose the chins and things. So a little bit of background about me, if you don't know. I don't mind that. I'm a fat birded. At the minute, I've got more chins in the Chinese phone directory. But yeah, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, you're not bothered looking at many stuff. I was diagnosed with cancer last May. A huge tumour growing on my kidney. Just trying to sort this out as well. It's like a Rubik's cube. Yeah, so I was diagnosed with cancer. That's it, isn't it? Diagnosed with cancer last May, and with a huge tumour on my right kidney. So they took the kidney and the tumour out. Then I had a million complications. I was on sort of a chemotherapy after that. And I got problems with my lungs and everything. The tumour had stuck to my lungs and my diaphragm. That's why I have issues breathing. And I started gaining weight because I couldn't move for about 5.5, 6 months until I could start doing anything. And partly that was part of my own fault because I was just eating the same but doing nothing to burn it off. So I just laid on the sofa, unable to move, just eating. And so obviously I gained a bit of weight then. And then when all the complications happened, I got what's called pneumonitis on my lungs, where all my lungs inflamed and everything, and I could hardly breathe, and I got rushed back into hospital. But then they put me on a really heavy course, like really high dosage course of steroids for about 2 months. And obviously, if you know steroids, not the gym steroids, by the way, not say them gun steroids. This was obviously medical steroids to clear all the inflammation out of my lungs. So what happened with the steroids is I'd lost 1.5 stone. And when I went to see the doctor, and then he told me he was going to put me on steroids, he said, so you can kiss goodbye. Basically, that 1.5 stone you lost because you're going to put that on and more. And the way steroids work, they don't distribute the fat on your body the same as your body would normally distribute it. So if you ever see somebody who's with cancer or is taking steroids or anything, and they have like the balloon face, balloon face and neck, that's because the body, it's not distributing the fat. The steroids cause your body to distribute it differently, mainly around your face and your neck. And you get bloated bellies and everything. Mine's not all bloated, by the way. I've got a hands up to that. But yeah, so my face and everything is still bloated. So if you were calling me fatty and chinny and all that in the comments that I've deleted, that I've just removed, I hope you feel better now. We're not on a school playground now. We were not 5, 6, 12-year-old calling each other names. By all means, constructive criticism. Say, Mick, that was absolutely garbage. Now, what were you thinking, all this stuff? I'm not bothered as long as you've got a reason behind it. Yeah, so anyway, let's crack on. So the top of this, I don't have to go on. That's another thing you'll notice on my channel. I'll talk for England. And I'm easily distracted. That was always on my school report as well. I'm easily distracted. Michael would be a good learner if he wasn't so easily distracted and thinks he's the class joker. Yeah, so where was that? See what I mean? So yeah, easily distracted. So this is the mesh top. I've got actually spare little hooks with this. You get these hooks, that just pop in. I'm just trying not to drop them out the thing. Oh, there's the spare one. So for some reason I've got a spare one of those. But they just click in. And then this mesh sits over the top of the fire pit. But I'll bring you back in a minute when I've plugged these into the top, get some mud on and get it lit. Because apparently these mesh is supposed to be so thin, so fine, sorry, not thin, so fine that very little ash will drop below it, so you're not going to cause any damage or set fire to things in the woodland. But I'll get it on and I'll bring you back. So that's it with the mesh on the top. So these little pins just go into the hollow of the wood there. Oh, Tim, Connolly Outdoors. Thanks for all the mentions. So here's one back. There's my thing, but that base there, Tim, is the fire pit. But that's a few years old. It's been out in all weathers, uncovered, so it's a bit thingy now. But just to show everybody else as well, if you didn't see it, look at that tree. It's beautiful in its bloom. Right, I'll get some wood on this and I'll give it a burn and see how it goes. So that's a little pile of kindling on the go now. And the wind would be blowing the wrong way to where I want it. So when all that's burning down, we'll see what it's like. I did get some other big bag of logs, but the top, I'd ripped it open. I must have used one for something. Sorry, it moves a bit fast. But yeah, they're soaking wet. So I've just put a few on the side to dry out. Because I want to see if my tripod will fit over it. I don't think it will, actually, but I'll have a go. Anyway, I'll bring you back bit. Bring back bit, boop, boop. Going great now. And my tripod does, if you fasten, you might not be able to do it with one hand. You can sort of get that over if I move them logs and that, and get a billy can on that. I'm going to try it, in fact. Right, so I'm quite happy with that. So my little tripod fits over the top of it, and we'll see how much ash gets on the floor after that's burnt down. I've got some water in there at the moment. Yeah, I think the tripod as well, I can't remember now, but I'm sure I got that tripod off Temu as well for a couple of quid. So we'll see if I can, well, it will boil water eventually. It's going for it, isn't it? And if that other wood dries out. So far, I can't really, I know it's still burning down, but there's no ash underneath that at the present. So I'm just going to let that die down now. Do a quick show. I'll show you a quick show of it. I'm still boiling my water. And I'll come back and see how much ash was left. But that whole setup, if you're after a budget setup, I think it cost me possibly less than £10. Both them bits off Temu. Yeah, so not bad at all. That, like, for see, that'd be ideal. Some, I don't know where to get you. I think I'm looking in the shade, but no. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, so that whole setup probably under a tenner for the tripod and the thing there. And that's ideal for, well, any type of camping, but especially I think for my hammock camp, under the tarp with that on, get rid of the mosquitoes and stuff. I'd have done this in the woods, but if people see smoke coming from the local woods, obviously they start panicking. So that's why I'm doing this in the back garden, to give you a show of it. Right, so well, we've got steam now coming out my kettle billy can, and I can hear it. Well, not too long over that fire, like. Well, as you can see, hopefully that's all but burning down now. It's just the embers. There's a little bit there still burning on that kindling, but underneath, it's actually surprised me. There isn't any ash at all. There's more being blown off the top by the wind, but yeah, there's no ash underneath that. So that's brilliant. It literally has. It's amazed me that. I honestly thought there'd be like a pile of ash underneath, but there isn't. So yeah, so that's pleasantly surprised me that. I didn't think. I thought there'd be a pile of ash underneath that fire, but no, there isn't. So what I'll do now, I'll just let this burn down, and I'll hose it down with the hose pipe, and then just thingy it. But I mean, if you're camping out, you could just leave that to cool down on its own overnight or whatever while you're asleep, and in the morning just spread the ashes through the wood. Obviously, make sure they're cold, and roll it up and take it away. Yeah, I'm impressed. Goodbye. That. So anyway, I don't moan on all of my videos, by the way. If I don't whinge on. So yeah, please forgive me for that little moan, but never mind. Anyway, I think that's it from me. Until the next one, which will probably be when I go out and try and do the tarp with the bobcat and see how it goes on that. I'm sure it'll all go well. I've watched a few videos on it now, which I probably should have done in the first place. Right, that's it. I'm off. Let's hope better weather starts coming soon. It's nearly May. Right, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you don't subscribe, please consider doing so. It's really appreciated. If you've already subscribed, absolutely does mean the world to me, honestly. It's fantastic. Thanks ever so much for taking the time to watch the videos and all the other gubbins that goes along with that. So until next time, love you all loads. Bye for now. Mwah!